Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. This time of year is a favorite for many because the lilacs are in bloom, which means summer can't be far behind. We'll get to all the purples, pinks, and lavenders later. But first, it's Recipe Day. The blooming of summer has our resident chef, Marco Ayala, anticipating all the fruits and vegetables that will be ripe for the picking in the weeks and months ahead. We all know we're supposed to eat our vegetables. In fact, the American Heart Association recommends 4 to 5 servings daily. Studies have shown that getting more fruits and vegetables into your diet could help reduce the risk of chronic health conditions such as heart disease and cancer. There's nothing like trying a new recipe to motivate you to eat healthier. So let's join Marco for this month's Recipes in the Kitchen.
Hi, I'm Marco Ayala, and I'm here to share another recipe with all of you. As Fran mentioned, the American Heart Association recommends 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And that seems like a lot. However, it's really not if you sneak them into your recipes. And so for this month, I thought it would be a good idea to do low-cal recipes. So I was talking to a friend of mine, Lois Bouvier, and I shared with her what my plan in terms for recipes for this month was. And she looked at me and just said, "Oh, yum." And that's kind of when it hit me that I was going a little too hard on the low-cal, low-fat approach, because we are really much more apt to stay on a diet or stay on a plan or stay on a healthy path when we're eating food that we actually enjoy. So, thinking about that, I rethought my whole approach to today's show, and I selected some new recipes that I think that you and your family are really going to enjoy. So the first one is an appetizer, and it's so good that you could probably eat this as a main dish. And these are baked wontons, and look how good those look. They're crispy, they're really nice, and you will not believe that those are 50 calories each. So let me tell you how to put them together. First, you're gonna chop a small onion. Then you're gonna take 1 can, 8 ounces, sliced water chestnuts, drain them and chop them. And remember how I always say that you need to make recipes your own? Well, the recipe says to add the onion to the turkey. However, I personally like a little bit of a stronger taste of onion and that little crunch. So I reserve my onions and I just added them later instead of cooking them. However, if your family likes more of a caramelized onion, then add it to your ground turkey. Or if you want crispy onions, add them later. In a skillet over medium heat, cook half a pound extra lean ground turkey until the meat is no longer pink. Drain any liquids and transfer it to a large bowl. Add the onions, water chestnuts, egg, then add 1/3 cup reduced sodium soy sauce and 1.5 teaspoons ground ginger and mix well. And this is the fun part of the recipe, which is making your little egg rolls or wontons. Position a wonton wrapper with one point toward you. Place 2 teaspoons of filling in the center of the wrapper. Fold the bottom corner over the filling, followed by the opposite corner. Then bring in the side corners and seal. Remember to moisten the corners with water. Bake them at 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown, turning once. And as I said, these wontons are packed with flavor. You're really going to enjoy them. And it really does make a difference when you use that turkey because it really brings the calorie count down quite a bit. So I hope you give them a try and let me know how you like them. So now let's move over to our next recipe. So one of those dishes that I really enjoy is spanakopita. However, that can be a fairly heavy dish because of all of the phyllo dough and the cheese, and before you know it, you've gone through 400 or 500 calories in one seating. So I figured there's got to be an easier way that is better for you. And I found this recipe for low-cal spanakopita. And it has all the ingredients that we love from spanakopita, but it has a little surprise there that really makes it low-cal. So let me tell you how to put this together. First, you're gonna add one package, 10 ounces, frozen chopped spinach, thawed and squeezed dry, into a bowl. Then you're gonna take 8 ounces feta cheese and crumble it. Then you're gonna take 4 large eggs and lightly beat them until they're light in color. And if you're wondering what our secret weapon is to make this low-cal is cottage cheese, because cottage cheese is very low in fat and is very high on protein. In fact, you'd be surprised to learn that one single serving of this dish packs 21 grams of protein. To your spinach, you're gonna add the crumbled feta cheese, eggs, and 2 cups 4% cottage cheese. Finally, add 6 tablespoons all-purpose flour and mix it together. Spoon it into a greased 9-inch square baking dish and bake it for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And it's really that easy to have this casserole together. It has all those ingredients that we love from spanakopita. It has the feta cheese and the spinach, which are delicious and remind us of this Greek favorite. I know that I have really enjoyed it, and I'm going to make it in the future. So now that we have our main dishes, let's talk about dessert, because the reality is that dessert can be very high in calories or fat or both, but it's always good to have like a little sweet after, because like I said, if we enjoy our food, we're really more apt to stay on track. So looking for a recipe that met all that criteria, I found this fluffy key lime pie. And look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? It's silky, it's fresh, and you're really going to enjoy it. So let me tell you how to put it together. To a bowl, you're gonna add 1/4 cup boiling water and 1 3-ounce package sugar-free lime gelatin. Mix it well until the gelatin is completely dissolved. And the gelatin is the base of our mixture, because that is going to hold the pie together. Normally, this kind of pie is usually made with cream cheese, which can be a little heavy and also very heavy on the calories. So we needed to find a good alternative, something different that will bring this pie to life. And what did we find works great? Yogurt. Yogurt is a really great alternative because it's packed with calcium, so it's good for you, but it's also very low in fat. So we added a little bit of key lime yogurt, and this recipe really shined. Add 2 containers, 6 ounces each, key lime yogurt, and mix it well. Then you're gonna add 1 container, 8 ounces, frozen fat-free whipped topping. And here you want to be a little careful when mixing your ingredients, because you don't want your whipped topping to dissolve. So fold it carefully so it becomes really silky yet still airy. Carefully fold the whipped topping and pour it into a reduced fat graham cracker crust. Then refrigerate your pie for 2 hours or overnight if possible. Wasn't that easy? I love an easy recipe that is so good. And I'm gonna try to get one piece out so you can see it. Oh my gosh, check that out. It's so good. It looks fluffy, it looks silky, is everything you want in a dessert. And remember that you can always customize all these desserts. In fact, next time I'm making this key lime pie, I'm probably going to put it in the freezer for a couple hours and serve it more of an ice cream kind of pie. So remember that, you can play with these recipes, you can make them your own. And on that note, also let me remind you to follow Across the Fence on social media. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the latest updates of Across the Fence right in your phone or your computer. And I really hope you give all these recipes a try because they're really good, they're good for you, and I encourage you to also find other substitutions that you can do to your everyday diet in order to be healthier. Also remember that drinking a lot of water and adding exercise is also going to give you great results. So, from my kitchen to your kitchen, remember to be kind to your body and enjoy your food.
Excellent as always, Marco. We leave you today with a look at lilacs edited by Keith Silva. Thank you for joining us Across the Fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.